It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. Coming up, it's divisional round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by Schwartz. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Again, it's Watson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
The 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They started on the ground with Eckler. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Herbert. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Herbert. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Taken from just outside the 30. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Joey Bosa in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Back to throw, Watson. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Touchdown! I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. The extra point by York is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down, it's Herbert. Again, that's Watkins. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Herbert now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Herbert operating from the red zone. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Quez Watkins, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers get a bit closer. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And it's 17-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson now to throw.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you, coming up at halftime, Charles, you want a way to enhance your Saturday?
I do.
I know you do. I've got the thing just for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando to take us through the weekend in the NFL. The Charger drive about to get going.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now a give running left is Eckler. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Herbert off of play action. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
This is a counter play. Eckler. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chargers. Quez Watkins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started.
And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
On first down, Watson.
Oh, the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Watson. Got a man, and Schwartz complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st and 10, Watson. This is intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, Charles, it was so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. He'll get this to about the 38. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. It's Eckler again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime, But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Jakeem Grant on the return. The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Picked off by Michael Davis. Bulldozes past him.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Making the tackle there, Martin Emerson.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still
into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. After the sack on first down, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a first down. Now Watson. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
Now back to throw. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 38-yard line. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Watson on third down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
A loss of 7. It's 4th down.
3 down, he's coming.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores, as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Once more, here's Eckler. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead.
Browns 17. Dustin Hopkins, the kickoff for the Chargers.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stairs on that sideline. This is one of those games you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Eckler now between the tackles. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Allen, the man in motion right. On third down, here's Eckler. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 4th down, Herbert got his man. It's Williams. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it was an interception. I think the receivers...
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Let's go.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, a clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Eckler, they run left side. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship.